845, Varsity man up. It's game time, everybody stand up.
Justin Rodriguez here with the Varsity 845 football show. It's week 7. Can you believe that? Week 7. And of course, JRod is coming through with another big play in the form of another great show. We have 2 great features for you this week, and we'll also talk about some of this week's big games. Did somebody say Marlboro versus Burke Catholic? What do we have lined up for you in the features department? We're going to introduce you to Washingtonville defensive lineman Chris Martin, who plays the game while battling diabetes. We will also talk to some of Section 9's top recruited players. But don't worry, these players were recruited by their own teammates and coaches. But let's start off with Chris Martin. Martin is an undersized defensive lineman, but boy, does this kid have a motor on him. Nothing is going to stop Martin. After all, type 1 diabetes can't. Because of his condition, Martin's body does not produce insulin, a hormone that is needed to convert sugar, starches, and other foods into energy needed for daily life. Martin must also carefully balance his food intake and exercise to regulate his blood sugar levels in an attempt to avoid low blood sugar and other reactions. Martin wears an insulin pump during games and practices to monitor his blood sugar regularly. Sometime, Martin said, when his blood sugar is off, his legs begin to feel shaky. He usually will take a quick break and drink some juice to replenish himself. Of course, Martin's teammates are inspired by him.
Definitely a tough kid. I give him a lot of credit for doing what he does. He works hard every day, shows that he can compete even though he has such disease, which is pretty hard to overcome. Oh, I give him a lot of credit. He's played football since like Mighty Mites and ever since Division I, so he's been working hard for his whole entire life playing, so I give him a lot of credit. He's a tough kid.
Go as hard as I can, try my best, never try to stand back, always trying to go for the glory, trying to show my toughness out in being a diabetic and everything, trying to keep going at it, nothing stopping me. I don't want it to. Definitely some challenges. Biggest challenge is going low, getting upset that I'm not out there. Second I'm ready to go back at it, jump right in, try to get as much reps as I can. It's not stopping me. I want to go as much 100% all the time.
Great job, Chris. It was a pleasure meeting you. Now on to our next feature. When players and coaches recruit from their own hallways, finding a gem in the hallways can make a difference for a team. Maybe that player turns into a star, or at least a reliable piece of the roster. In some cases, coaches and players must recruit players to keep the team afloat due to lack of numbers. And sometimes players even resort to bribery. More on that in just a second. We caught up with some standout players who were recruited, legally of course. This story took me to Sullivan West, where the undefeated Bulldogs roll out wide receiver Ranj Padu. He hadn't played football since freshman year, but some of his pals yearned for him to play, because Padu is a playmaker. Enter the bribe job by teammate Andrew Stabbert. Stabbert asked Padu to play, and when he didn't commit, he made him a deal. Play for Sully West and I will buy you any pair of receiving gloves you want. Padu took the bait and is playing for Sullivan West out of the backfield and making plays.
Ron's a big player, and he was talking about playing football for a couple of years. So we were just telling him, hey, you come out for the team, I'll get you any pair of gloves you want. Superman over there picked those black gloves. He plays on both sides of the ball, every play. He's a big help. He's a leader out there. He knows, he's learned the sport. He knows it. And every play he goes hard and just is helping all the younger guys out there play better every time.
He told me if I play football, then he'll give me any pair of gloves I want. So now that got my interest. So immediately I started looking for some gloves. And I found these black Superman gloves and sent them the picture a few days before practice, and he got me the gloves.
Okay. Check out those gloves. On to Livingston Manor. The Wildcats didn't field a team last year due to a lack of players. Coach Kevin Clifford knew he had to find some more charges or there might not be a team this year. He and his players hit the halls hard, rounding up about a dozen quality players. One of them is the gritty Ocean Heights, who plays offense, defense, and special teams for the Wildcats.
What made me come out was all the players. They decided to come talk to me and want me to join, see if they could pick me up. And I think it was a good choice. I like it. Football is all right. It's fun. Something to do. Keeps my grades in line and all that. So, gotta just push through this. It feels good to be needed at home. It feels good that I make a difference and I can help everybody else to get better.
And speaking of Wildcats, in Warwick, These Wildcats have been helped by senior safety Najee Gillian. Gillian is a straight-up athlete, and Warwick coach Greg Sirico has been trying to pluck him for years. Gillian finally came out for the team this season and has helped lead an impressive Warwick defense. On to the game of the week. It's Burke Catholic at Marlboro Friday and what could be a preview of the Section 9 Class B Championship. That said, remember, I am not forgetting about Highland, who Marlboro plays next week. As far as Marlboro Burke, there's a lot of hype surrounding this game. Marlboro's the three-time defending Class B champion. Burke Catholic won Class B last season and has been vocal about taking out the Iron Dukes. It should be a good one. And don't forget about the big matchup in Class AA. Minisink Valley hosts Warwick on Friday. Winner takes over sole possession of Class AA Division II. Of course, Varsity 845 will be at both games. Well, that's all for this week. Thanks for watching. This is Justin Rodriguez signing off for Varsity 845. And don't forget, also check out online the Varsity 845 Football Podcast.
This is 845, Varsity man up. It's game time, everybody stand up. From my town to yours, we ready for sure. From the field to the court, yeah, we ready for war. This is 845, Varsity man up. It's game time, everybody stand up. From my town to yours, we ready for sure. From the field to the court, yeah, we ready for war.
I said it's game time, so it's time to score. If you're not playing to win, then what you playing for? From the field to the hardwood floor, win some and lose some. Just give it your all, whether it's basket, base, or football. It's all American, it's on when the season's here again. PYP, gotta play your position. Gotta go hard, give it 110. Fans cheering in the stands, yeah, you gotta love it.
This is 845, Varsity man up. It's game time, everybody stand up. From my town to yours, we ready for sure. From the field to the court, yeah, we ready.